In this presentation, I will outline how the stages in childhood development correlate to the age ranges and content area that I teach. I am an art teacher who sees children from kindergarten through 8th grade. What I would like to do is to discuss how Piaget's stages of cognitive development relate to Lowenfeld's stages of artistic development. Piaget outlines that the sensory-motor stage, which is birth to about 2 years old, is the time in which children are learning through their senses. They're touching objects, they're feeling objects, they put things in their mouths. They're really just sort of absorbing the world through their senses. This relates to the scribble stage in artistic development. From 1 to 3 years old, children are developing their motor skills, and any artistic endeavor is really more about movement. And they'll start making circles, and they'll label things. And that's when we get into the naming stage. When children are in the naming stage of the scribble stage, we can expect to see more intentional drawing emerging soon. Now, while this is 2 to 4 years old and it's pre-school age, I might see children who are still in the scribble stage when they enter kindergarten. Pre-operational stage is 2 to 7 years old. They're developing imagination and understanding of things symbolically. This translates in their drawing to the pre-schematic phase. You can see visual ideas are more developed, they're more intentional, but they're still using symbols to represent. When they get to the more concrete operational phase, they become more aware of external events. What's interesting about this phase and how it manifests itself in drawing is in the schematic phase, children are drawing in more of a hierarchical scale. The people who are most important in the drawings are going to be larger. So if the drawing's about them, they're going to be the biggest person in their drawing. The person's going to be very large, and it's going to not even look like the person would fit in the house. Now, within the phase of concrete operational, which is 7 to 11, there's another phase in drawing, which shows a little bit more mature drawing. The dawning realism. This is when children become more aware of actual space. They start putting things more on perspective, so you're going to start seeing more of a horizon line. And it's important because if you have someone who's still drawing in the schematic phase and they're a little bit older, then you might notice that they're going to be a little bit more mature and they might have some issues that arise from that. That's important to know as a teacher. Now, formal operational phase is ages 11 and older. So we're looking at more of my older students going into middle school. It's actually a really interesting time in drawing because this is when their drawings become more realistic and they're starting to understand some of the higher level concepts in art. In age 13 and older, this is called the age of decision because this is when they really decide, I am not an artist. Before this time, everybody sees themselves as an artist. Anywhere between 9 and 11, they really start to notice that they're not able to make their motor movements do what they want them to do, but they haven't really necessarily decided that art is something that they're good at or they're not. By the age of 13, they've really decided if they are, and this is crucial because at that point in time, they're actually going to continue to develop their skills or they're just going to stop trying. At this age, we stop seeing less evidence of cognitive development in artistic skills and begin to simply see development of the artistic skills themselves.